Today we're going to discuss the steps to properly evaluate a security drill. For PPE, you'll have your normal equipment that you'll wear on any given exam. One of the first things you'll need to do when you're assessing a ship's security stance is to be at least somewhat familiar with the ship's security plan. Now, on a U.S. vessel, the Coast Guard approves security plans, and at that point we're able to have a look through the entire plan and see how the procedures are laid out and what the ship is supposed to do. When you're looking at a foreign vessel in port state control, you'll have certain portions of the plan, as you have likely read about. Very important, when you're looking at the procedures, figure out the gist of what the crew is supposed to do in the drill that you're about to undertake. That way you know what to expect, you know what to see, you have a rough idea of what looks good and what could use work. Once you have a reasonable feel for what the security plan calls for and the procedures that are supposed to be implemented and maintained, as you work your way around the ship and as you begin to do your assessment of the security drill, you can cross-check to see if there's any issues to make sure that the ship and the ship's crew are actually following the plans. For example, this is a restricted area, authorized personnel only. An unauthorized presence is a breach of security. More than likely, the ship's security plan is going to call for spaces like this to be locked. Something that you can do in the presence of the ship's crew and officers is to make sure that they're actually following their plan and ensuring that things that are supposed to be locked are locked, and that the ship and the ship's crew are following the designated procedures. A couple tips and techniques for evaluating a security drill. Make sure that you properly express and describe what you want to see to the ship's security officer when you're coordinating the drill. Make sure that he communicates that to whichever officers he needs to assess the thing on their side. Make sure that the crew is communicating well. Make sure that you wander around, have a look, watch what they do, really watch what they do. Make sure that their logs are in order. They should be keeping records of these drills. Make sure when you're looking at those records that they're not doing the same drill over and over and over and over again. Or in particular, some ships may have split crews. You may have a crew that comes on for 2 weeks and then goes off for 2 weeks and is replaced by another crew. Those security drills should hit everybody. You shouldn't have the same crew doing the security drills all the time and the other crew has no idea about any of it. It's all things that you'll see when you're going through the documentation, but things to keep in mind as you conduct the drill. So when was the last time they did it? Is it the same? When was the last time the other crew did it? As applicable. Review your paperwork, make sure that the boat is communicating well and that they're following the procedures that are approved in the ship's security plan. So once you've become familiar with the ship's security plan and had an opportunity to see how the ship and the ship's crew are implementing the plan, you can take the opportunity to watch the security drill. When you're watching the drill, pay particular attention to how the crew communicates back and forth between themselves and their various duties and the ship's security officer. Make sure that their activities are fluid and that the drill is being conducted as planned. It'll be an opportunity to learn, but you should see more or less the ship security plan procedures being followed in the drill. To summarize our evaluation of the security drill, we identified any hazards, cautions, or any additional PPE that's needed. We reviewed the procedures that are spelled out in the security plan. We witnessed a drill. We verified the implementation of the plan's procedures and evaluated the crew's response. And finally, we've gone through any tips or unique considerations, things that may help you during your evaluation. If you have any questions at all about how to evaluate or how to help conduct a security drill or any of the information that you may have to look at in a security plan, contact your local verifying officer for additional guidance.